Hello everyone. Let us begin our today's period with this thought. It's never too late to be what you might have been. Students, in the previous period we have begun with the new lesson soils. In that we have seen the factors influencing the formation of soil. They were parent rock, climate of the region, biotic material, slope of the land and time. We have seen in detail the parent rock. We have seen that the weathering process takes place and the formation of soil is done. So, weathering is the most important factor, weathering of the parent rock for the soil formation. Now, let us see further. Regional climate. Climate is another important factor influencing the soil formation. Weathering of rock is the first step in the process of the soil formation. The process of weathering depends on the climate of the region. So, we have seen the various physical, biological, chemical factors due to which the weathering of rock takes place. So, this is the first step for the formation of soil. But weathering depends on the climate of the region. Intensity of weathering depends on the climate of the region. That means how much weathering is taking place, because all the natural factors that are sunlight, heat, rainfall, temperature, it affects the rock and the weathering takes place. So, region wise it differs. That's why the intensity of weathering depends on the climate of the region. That is why one of the same type of rock give rise to different type of soil when the rock is exposed to different climates. Now the rock may be of one type, but if it is going through the various climatic condition, the weathering process will also differ and also the soil formation. So, different type of soil will be formed depending on the climate of that place. In the dry climate of Deccan Plateau, weathering of basalt leads to the formation of black soil. So, this is the example of a state that in the dry climate of Deccan Plateau, weathering of basalt leads to the formation of black soil. So, in this picture you can see this is the basalt rock and this is the black soil. So, where the climate is dry like our region. So, here we are having the black soil, whereas in the humid climate of Western Sahyadri, because there is the Arabian Sea, so the climate is humid. So, there in the Western Ghats, the leaching of the same basalt rock leads to the formation of laterite soil. In this way, this same rock is there, but here it gives rise to the black soil and same rock gives rise to the laterite soil when gone through the different temperatures, different climate. So, in this way the climate of the region affects the formation of soil. This is the most important factor. Now, parent rock is same here basalt, but the soil are formed of two different types, black soil and the laterite soil. Now, lynching, underline this word in the textbook, page 39, the regional climate, last line it is given in dark blue color. Now, lynching. Now, Western Ghats, it is humid climate. You might be knowing the Konkan region, it is having a good amount of rainfall, it is humid, water content in the air is more. So, lynching means the content of water, म्हणजे दगडांमध्ये जे पाणी राहतं, ओलावा राहतो, it is called lynching, leaching. So, in this way it gives rise to the red, this color of soil. Here we are having in the dry climate black color and here we are having the laterite soil. Biotic material. Third important factor is the biotic material. Weathering of rock turns them into the powdery material. This we have seen in parent rock also, that due to weathering the rock, it gets turned into powdered material. I have asked you in the live session to perform this small experiment. You can strike or you can use the friction method, and by this you can get the powdery material from the stone. I hope you have tried it. So, in this way various reasons are there for the weathering of rock, and because of this we get only the powdered material. But this powder is not the soil. This is not the complete formed soil. It is just one part. To turn such powdery material into soil, it is necessary that biotic material gets mixed into it. Now, biotic material comes from the decomposition of remains of plants and animal in that region. So, we know very well what are biotic material. This we have already discussed in the live session. Now, because of the decomposition of this biotic material, that is of plants and animal, decomposition, everybody understand, sadhana. So, it depends on the decomposition, and decomposition also depends on the climate of that region. So, all these are linked. The vegetal litter, that is vegetable litter means पानं वगैरे जे असतात सडलेले गळलेले पानं, त्याच्यानंतर आपण भाजी कापतो, फळं कापतो, जो उरलेला भाजीपाल्याचा कचरा आहे, दॅट इज वेजिटल लिटर. Roots of the plants, then remains of the animal. Remains of the animal means when the animal is dead, it is buried inside. So, this remains of the animals or even the excreta, that means whatever they are, the waste product which is given by the animals get decomposes due to water. Microorganism and certain other organism help decompose the dead remains of the organic material. So, decomposition takes place because of the microorganism present in the soil, in the air and also in the water. These microorganisms together work and decomposition takes place. The biotic material thus gets mixed into the soil and is called humus. So, these all biotic material, that means the vegetal litter, the roots of the plants, the remains of the animal, the excreta, the dead animals. So, all these things which are processed by microorganism, all these decomposes and this biotic material thus gets mixed into the soil and it is called as humus. I hope in the previous standard you have learnt about it, the layers of soil in science. So, you know very well what humus is, and it is just the humus is found on the upper layer of the soil. The diagram was also there in 6th standard. So, you understand this humus very well. I need not take it in detail. If the proportion of humus in the soil is greater, the soil becomes fertile. The process of decomposition by living organism takes place continuously, because continuously leaves are falling, continuously the dead animals are there, small insects or even worms, various types of dead organisms, waste is there continuously. So, this decomposition is taking place. Nowadays, production of vermicompost is undertaken on large scale, because this is a natural process and it does not degrade the quality of soil. On the other hand, few decades ago, whatever fertilizers we were using, it used to degrade the quality of soil. So, this vermicompost, it is natural process and the quality of soil also increases. Try to understand the process of producing vermicompost for compost. Compost means khat. Production of compost needs sufficient period of time and elements like organic waste water, heat, etc. So, here to make you understand in short what is vermicompost, I have given this picture. So, the basic raw material vermicompost is food waste, means whatever green nowadays we are having, we are taking out the bin from the home, the recycled waste, then animal waste, here cow dung is shown. So, animal waste, agro waste. Now, after harvesting whatever waste is remaining, the litter of plants. So, all these are the raw material and it is mixed with the soil, and then a good quality of category of earthworm is added to it. So, in this way the vermicompost is prepared. Now, these earthworms, they are fed upon the food waste, this raw material, they are consuming it, and whatever waste product they are throwing after the digestion process, that makes the soil very fertile. So, in this way the vermicompost is made. So, in this way the vermicompost is very important to maintain the quality of soil. So, student, these are the factors: parent rock, regional climate and biotic material. Go through page number 39, read till here. In next period we will see the other factors. Thank you.